You know, San Diegans are facing a lot of challenges right now, and Mayor Todd Gloria discussed many of them in his second State of the City address.
So what are the mayor's goals for the city? What's the outlook, and how can we get past some of these challenges? Mayor Todd Gloria joining us now. Good morning, Mayor.
Good morning, Ed and Netta. Good to see you both.
As you know, our homelessness crisis is growing. We have some 8,000 people unsheltered in our city, many forced to live on the streets with the pandemic, others, experiencing drug and mental health issues. So what are you doing to clean up the streets and to get these people some help?
So it's three quick things. First off, let's acknowledge this is one of those complex issues that's out there. But I think the first and most obvious solution is permanent supportive housing. Housing with services is what ends homelessness. But the truth is, as I laid out last night in the State of the City, that housing takes a while to build. So in the meantime, we have to increase our shelter capacity. This first year of my administration, we've increased shelter capacity in our city by 21%, boosted their occupancy rates to over 90%. And so we're making progress on that front. And the third thing, Eric and Netta, is that we have to be very honest with the fact that many of these individuals are so mentally ill that they're not capable of helping themselves. We need to address the state's conservatorship laws to allow us to help those who are not capable of helping themselves.
You know, and we talk to a lot of our viewers, a lot of our friends, family who live here, and many people say, San Diego right now looks and just feels different. We have a rise in crime. People are dealing with break-ins, things like that. And you mentioned in your speech last night, crime went up by 13% last year, violent crime up by 11%. So what's being done about that?
Well, I want to put that in some context. We continue to be one of the safest big cities in the United States, but numbers like that is nothing that anyone is proud of, and certainly not me. What we have to do is support our law enforcement and public safety professionals by providing them the funding they need to do their jobs. The City Council did that last year. We will continue on that path. But Netta, I have to tell you, the pandemic has been difficult for us when it comes to crime. You have folks who are more anxious and frustrated than ever, and they're acting out. We've had a proliferation of guns on our streets, particularly illegal guns like ghost guns. And of course, we have a police department where over 100 of our officers are out at any one time because they're COVID infected. This is an extreme challenge. I hope that this is a unique and temporary challenge, and we will fight this with everything we got. We will not be a city where lawlessness is acceptable. We will fund and support our police department.
Mayor, this town is getting very difficult to live in. People leaving because it's just tough to afford a home here without having a lot of room to build here in San Diego. How are you helping these want-to-be homeowners get into a place and stop throwing money away on rent, as many of them, discuss and are worried about?
I love that question. I see it as the biggest issue facing our city. And I always like to remind people, I myself am a tenant. I'm a renter. I understand this challenge. I live it personally. And I recognize that I'm in a position of privilege. And so many people are struggling with high rents and basically a lack of belief that they can ever afford a home in San Diego. The solution to this is build more housing. And Eric, I'll tell you, this past year, we've had a very good year. The city's responsibility when it comes to housing is to plan and permit new housing. We entitled over 12,000 new homes last year in the city of San Diego. We have 6,500 more in the pipeline, and laid out a Homes for All of Us housing initiative, a package of housing actions, one of which will go before the City Council today for their consideration. We believe that this will increase the amount of housing that's available to working and middle-class San Diegans, building on the momentum from last year. At the end of the day, scarcity breeds cost. We have far too few homes for our population growth, and that's causing rents and for sale prices to skyrocket. And until we start building more homes, it will continue on that way. My proposal is that we will build more homes close to transit, close to job centers, with the infrastructure to support them. If we do that, I think San Diegans will start seeing some relief in their monthly rent.
Okay, and also, Mayor, you prioritize, climate action, but the food waste law, we have to say, it was voted on in 2016, and it's not being implemented yet here in the city of San Diego. Why is there such a big delay on that?
Because this is extremely expensive and very complex. Netta, what you're talking about is purchasing more trucks at a time when it's hard to get new vehicles. It's hiring more staff at a time when it's difficult to hire more staff, and creating a whole redundant system. We are used to the black can and the blue can. You're going to now have a green can. And so this is expensive. It's at a difficult time for us to implement. Other cities are experiencing the same thing, but we are making progress. We've appropriated the dollars to purchase the vehicles. We are hiring the workers, and we anticipate services to start later this year. This will be a sea change. It's very difficult in San Diego. As you know, we do not charge a fee to single-family homes for garbage collection. That means all that money is coming out of our general fund, money that we otherwise would use for our libraries, for road repair, for paying our firefighters. So this is a real challenge, but it's state law. We have to comply with it, and we will.
Mayor, thanks for joining us here this morning. We sure appreciate it.
Thank you.
My pleasure, guys.
We do have a link to more information on the State of the City address at cbs8.com. You just have to click on the help button if you want to see the mayor's entire address, and we address some other issues there too.
There's also a progress report on how the city's doing. So.